Welcome to the Krebach Chronicles, Episode 7, Short Back and Sides. Hello everyone. As you can see, today we are on our mower. Yes, I figured it was about time we got to grips with cleaning up some of the yard. Now, obviously we are still in February and the ground is a bit hard, so we won't be getting the bushes out anytime soon. But what we are going to do is try not to run into that pallet fork that's there. We're going to give the back and the sides a little bit of a trim here. Get as much as we've done before the snow comes. And that is due at some point in the next couple of hours. So I figured we'd take the opportunity to hop in our little Amazon mower, we'll ride along Jobby here, and see what we can get trimmed up. And what we are also going to do, since this only has a capacity of, oh crikey, spinning in circles there. Since it only has a capacity of about 1200 litres or so, what we are actually going to do once we've cleared this space and got a full tank, we are basically going to be unloading in an assortment of spots around the yard, specifically to sort of pile it up, and then depending on weather and whatnot, we'll try and get an attachment for the back of our tractor. Now, there's a couple of things that we've got in mind. There is a bucket that I may well go for. It depends on what the shop has available, and I've run into the wall there and into the spot where we don't have access because it's just out of our boundary area. But yes, it depends on what the shop has available, what we can get, but there's a few different things that we have our eyes upon for stuff that may or may not work for us. Okay, we've got a full tank there. So we're just going to roll back over here, and as you can see, it is trimming it up nicely. So, oh crikey, it hasn't turned off. Rude. Yeah, basically what we are going to do is pile it up in this corner by the chickens. We are going to unload it all here into a big heap, and then come back later on with whatever the attachment is that we find, and get it all picked up, because otherwise we'll be driving back and forth around to the the silage clamp to drop it all off, and that's really not going to go too well for us because this thing's not the quickest, if I'm honest. It's a wee bit on the slow side, not in a bad way. It's good for what it is. It's a nice handy little yard cleaning mowing device, but it only goes at 7 miles an hour, I believe, even when it's not working. That is its general speed, but it does have quite a nice turning circle to it, so that is kind of handy. But yeah, so essentially what we're doing is tidying our yard today. Now, depending on when the snowfall starts, we will have to stop, obviously, and I just completely missed that bit, didn't I? Completely missed it. There we go, that got it. Lovely. But yeah, this should help make the place look a lot nicer, and essentially we're going to do this as much around the yard as we can. We've got the areas that we've looked at before, sort of behind the silage clamp off up towards the pigs and cows area. That's all somewhat overgrown, weeds and grass coming through the concrete path slab things that are down there, and it all just needs a bit of a tidy up. So that is essentially what we are doing. That is our main task before the snow sets in. Now, another thing that we have on the cards, possibly for today, if not in early March, the greenhouse area that we were in previously, where we had a calamity with the tomatoes. What we've done is we've got in touch with the landowners. Now, it turns out we actually rent that that land from them, and it has our greenhouse on it, obviously. So what we are likely going to do is actually sell that greenhouse, and we've okayed this with them. They are more than happy for us to do that. We're basically going to sell the old greenhouse, the existing one, and replace it with a slightly smaller one that doesn't run into trees, hopefully. Yeah, slightly smaller greenhouse on a different angle, but it's a better orientation for us to get in and out with the tractor, because the previous tenants, owners, renters, whatever they were, they, I believe, had some sort of forklift device, so they were in a significantly better sort of setup for doing that than we were. Oh, we're full again. I wonder how long we've been full. I didn't even notice. So we may have lost out on some grass there, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's on the cards for later on. For now, though, until we can get all this grass cleared up, we are going to be mowing our little hearts out. Yes, so while that's unloading, we'll have a look here. You can see here now a bit of a shade going on, but that already looks so much better. The large preponderance of weeds has gone out of the way. We'll probably dig these bushes up come the spring, get them out, just get a little bit more sort of grass filling in the patchy spots that have come up. I don't think we're going to worry about doing down here so much, because there's not really anything we can do down here at the moment. Obviously we've got to get rid of that piece of wood at some point. There's a small chance we could use this area for something, but I'm not too fussed. Yeah, so long as this sort of area into the back of the building there looks fairly neat, I think we are good. So yeah, let's have a look. That has, I think, unloaded. It has. Smashing. And I'm just going to drive up onto the pile again. So yeah, let's meander down here, and yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit on the slow side, and if we were going back and forth from all the way back there behind that building to all the way over here into that silage clamp that I'm totally gesturing at but you can't see, yeah, we'd have taken much longer to mow that area. And I'm just going to hop out. We're going to do the same sort of thing down here. We're going to sort of mow these side patches and clean up these weeds and stuff in the middle, and get some of this grass all trimmed back, and see where we are with this sort of path area. Now most of this down here we are going to leave, because obviously it's like a wilding area, I guess. I think I see a duck out there, so we don't want to disturb this too much, so we won't be coming down there specifically, but we are going to go up here and up towards the silos up there, and sort of tidy up this area. We're basically giving the whole farm a little bit of a haircut, I think. But yes, so let's have a quick look in the store at the things we are potentially going to get. Now we do have the back lifter thing, so we could get a bucket of some sort if there's anything decent on sale here. Now that is not a bad price for a shovel. 20,000 litres for 1900. That's not bad. I mean, we could go all the way to that, but that might be I mean, that's not bad. 2,900. That would fit perfectly. It's just for moving grass and stuff. That's no big deal there. So that's a potential one. That I'm looking at about $3,000. That is a stone fork, but it also takes grass and chaff. Interesting. Yeah, it's a root sort of forage picker-upper. That's handy. Doesn't get any bigger than that, but again, not terrible. Oh, hello. What's this? A bucket. That could be useful. I have to think about that. That's a good size as well. 3,500 litres. I think that's probably about it. What about this one? 2,000 litres. Front loader telehandler. That's not bad. That's 2,100. That just does stones and potatoes and the other thing. Okay. The other potential option we were looking at was, if I could find it, in here somewhere. Ah, yes, this transport box. Now this sort of functions as a bucket of salts. You can put that front flap down and then fill it up with stuff. So we've got a few options there to look at, but we're not going to worry about that until later on, because right now we need to get some of this mowed up quick before the snow starts falling. And what happens? The snow starts falling. Now, according to that, it's not going to last too long, so it may not actually lay on the ground. Let's have a look at the weather report. Oh, and that was the other exciting thing too, since I was on here. We've had some new chicken births I was not expecting. We are up to 33 chickens at the moment. I forget offhand how many that actually takes, that pen, but that is quite good. We're going to have to look at getting them some more food soon. But yes, the weather. It looks like we've got potentially a couple of hours of snow, so it may start laying on the ground, it may not. We shall see. But yeah, so we're going to carry on with this for a little while. Now, I think I've waffled on enough for now, and we'll probably come back once some of it is trimmed up and we've got a nice bit of progress to show. Maybe we'll have the thing on the back of the tractor, and we'll see what's going on with that. So yes, let's see you all sometime later, after I restart the mower. Nobody saw that. Well, hello again everyone. We are back now, and it is March. We'd done some work, we avoided the snow, and we've come down to the shop to pick up a bucket. As you can see, the money has gone down. This cost us about $2,700, I want to say, I'm told, but I think it's going to be worth it. Let's hop out and have a quick look, if I can avoid getting stuck on our stuff. Oh, please tell me I haven't picked up fertiliser. I've picked up a tiny bit of fertiliser. That's awkward. I wonder if I could have moved that. No, I can't. Oh, bum. Okay, we're going to have to drop that off somewhere. That's annoying. Hopefully it's not got too much in it. But yeah, this is our bucket, and we got finished with the mowing previously. So we are going to pick up some more fertiliser, because that's what I needed to do. Yeah, okay, well done me. So yes, let's find our way back to the farm quick before that thing gets here. So yeah, as you can see, we got this honking great big bucket on the back of our tractor. It does seem a bit on the big side, but it should work okay, especially for what we're needing it for. I kind of think this is maybe supposed to go on a telehandler or something. I'm not sure. It's a bit on the chonky side, but you know, it is ours. So there you go. Now I wonder if we can put this into the silo, possibly? Well, for now I think we'll just dump it on the floor back here. Partly because we are potentially getting a contract later, but for now we'll just offload it there into a little pile. There we go. Nice and obvious, and we should be able to see it. And we are at some point going to have to do some repairs on our tractor as well, I see. But anyway, if we head back around here, you'll be able to see some of what we've been up to. Now again, we'll hop out in just a moment. Here. Yeah, as you can see, this is the side of the chicken pen. We've still got these bushes to remove. It was a little bit chilly, the ground was still kind of hard, so we just basically gave the brush and the grass a bit of a trim, and just plonked all what we got there, covered it with some tarps while the snow was falling. Once it started getting a little heavier, and it took it off again once we hit March. But yeah, we've cleaned out all the way down here. Some of these bushes we will eventually get rid of. We'll see how the grass comes back. If it's a bit patchy, we might throw a few more, just scatter some seeds around or something, just to make it a bit more lush. we shall see about that. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Definitely tidier. Definitely a lot tidier. But what we need to do now is pick up some of this grass. So if I reverse up into it, we can scoop it up into the lovely bucket that we purchased. And we should be able to get about 2,400 litres off of this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Well, we got an extra 2 litres from somewhere. That's cool. Not quite sure where we got that from, but there you go. So if we zip around here at more than double the speed of the lawnmower, then we can just run in here and drop it off into our silage clamp. This was kind of the reason I didn't want to just keep driving back and forth to this with the little ride-on lawnmower. It would just have taken far too long, and we'd have probably got stuck on it. But yeah, so let's hop out here quick. As you can see, we got some of the grass mowed up the sides here. Got that trimmed down. Got all the bits of grass sort of pulled out from up in the middle of these concrete slabs as well. And it's looking really nice, I think. Yeah, like I said, once it starts growing back in more, it'll kind of look a bit better. It's sort of looking a bit bald at the moment. But let's hop back in the tractor and head up to the next pile, because we've got a few piles dotted around of this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we can see there's sort of bits of mud and whatnot in there where we'd been moving stuff around, and with the snow and everything, it got a little bit. Oh, crikey! Just clonk the ground there. It got a little bit wet, and yeah, just left some footprints and tracks and stuff in the mud there, but that's all good. Okay, this pile, I think we'll probably get at least 2,400 out of, maybe a bit more, if I could find reverse gear. Sometimes these tractors do not want to cooperate. Yeah, this was probably a 3 pile, or 3 load. And I don't know that we'll get all of it, will we? I'm not sure. Because this thing takes, I want to say, how much does it take? 3,500 litres, I think, this bucket. Oh, back we go. Yeah, it's one of those things where we are kind of pushing it a bit now. And I don't want to push it like into the field next to us. Yeah, we'll go with that, because it is getting a bit on the heavy side as well. But it's going to be interesting, because I have a full crikey. Yeah, our front wheels are off the ground there. Did I lower this? I did lower it as well, yeah. Okay, we may have to eventually invest in, oh dear, a slightly heavier front weight for this thing. Cool, yeah, we are quite... okay, let's see if we can... Well, we'll just drive through it this time, I think. That is quite the heavy load. Yeah. Drop it down just enough to... There we go. That's got it. And there's deers running through everything. So if we get stuck on this... Oh, lovely, lovely. Always good to get stuck. And we can't seem to deposit that last couple of 3 litres of grass. That's weird. How have I got this stuck? Come on now, game. I've really got this stuck, haven't I? That's hilarious. How in the world have I managed to do that? Can I push myself forwards with the bucket? It's almost getting off. Almost, but not quite. Oh dear, this has not gone well, has it? Oh, maybe if I raise... There we go. Okay, that's got it sorted. Lovely. Okay, let's back out now, and... It's not wanting to drop those last 3 litres, is it? I wonder why. Oh well. Not going to worry. Well, I'm glad we figured that out, because that could have been really embarrassing. I mean, it kind of was, but, you know, these things happen, don't they? So, I'm trying to think how much more grass we've got, because we did load up quite a bit. Yeah, and that was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to get the bucket, and not solely rely on moving that thing back and forth. Yeah, obviously when we were close enough we did, but... Now, I'm sure there's some under there. There's a little bit got pushed under there. And the rest of it's back there. Okay. Forwards, please. There we go. Typically it wasn't a great deal that was left there, but 100 litres or so. Now, I know we've got some in that barn there, or that shelter. We popped some in, and we do have a couple of lots up here as well. You see a pile on the left here, but yeah, it is really looking a lot nicer around the farm now. And the idea with this obviously is we are going to compact it down and see about getting some silage on the go, because there's probably some good money in that silage, I would guess. Or at least I'm hoping there would be. In fact, let's have a quick look at the price of silage while we're thinking about it, because it's bound to be here somewhere. There it is. 307 or 310 at the food... Oh, that's ours. Food mixer. Biogas plants 320 going down. We've just missed the thing, so yeah, that's going to be on its way down, sadly. But, you know, such is life. These things happen, and that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about it in that sense. Yeah, it'll take a month or two to ferment anyway, I'm sure. So we're not going to exactly be, you know, taking it there right away. So if we need to wait a bit, that's fine. If we need to sell it at some point and can't exactly make a massive profit, or can't wait for the big profit, that's okay too. You know, it'll be okay. And now we are going to have to run this back. So I am going to slowly bounce my way down here. We'll get the rest of it all brought up quick off camera, I think, and we'll see you back once we have everything loaded in and we have a final total. Right, we are back, and we have the last 738 litres of grass that I could find. Now, I think I'd spread it all around well, I tried to keep it in a couple of good places, so I didn't lose it in amongst the bushes and trees and whatnot. But I'm just going to reverse over this quick, get that little peak knocked down. Lovely. Yeah, so I don't know how much we've got in here, and there's been a little bit of spillage out the back as well. But we shall empty that in, and if I press the button here, we've got 32,000 litres. That's not awful. And like I say, there might be a little bit extra on the outside there that has overspilled slightly, but that is not half bad. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of spillage gone on there, and I've got it stuck on the fence like a really smart person. Yeah, that's me, that is. Okay, let's just pick up that little bit that's sort of spilled over the edge there, or not, because that's way too high up. Okay, that's sort of got it. Hang on, we're going to have to lower that down, aren't we? Okay, there we go. Let's go forwards just a bit. And backwards. And backwards. No, not going to... Ah, there we go. And backwards. Yeah, don't want to go forwards and backwards too much, but... Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's sort of a bit of a hill there, I think. Oh, crikey, deer. Deer everywhere. Okay, let's get this little lot in. Yeah, we're going to have to do some maintenance on this thing at some point, I think. Because it is looking a wee bit damaged. And that's okay. I mean, it was used when we got it, so yeah, I can't complain about that. But yeah, so we've got to compact this down. What I might do actually is bring the lorry over, see if that wants to help. So I'll just pop this here for a minute, turn the thing off, and run over here to our lovely new lorry and see if that's any good at compacting, because you never know. Nice. You know, I didn't even check to see if this thing had a horn in it. It does. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm going to like this lorry, I think. So, yes, let's have a crack at it with this. Well, I don't know if this is going to successfully compact it any more or less than the tractor was doing, but we can certainly give it a try. So yeah, I'm going to carry on doing this as best as I can, weaving back and forth and around. Oh, actually, this might not take too long. If I just sort of... I'm never sure if there's like a what do you call it? A sort of pattern to this. Like if it compacts more with going over the lumps and the bumps and actually squashing them down, or if you're literally just supposed to go back and forth over the thing and it doesn't really matter. It'll just compact down at a preset rate based on the thing of your vehicle. Yeah, the weight of it and tyres and whatnot. But yeah, it's not going across too badly. Getting a couple of percentage every time. And somehow whatever's spilt out there hasn't detracted from the actual capacity or fill level in there, so that's good. Yeah, this will take a little bit to get done, but yeah, and I think next time we'll have the greenhouse sorted out. Yeah, like I say, what we're planning on doing is taking out the one that's in there, replacing it with a slightly better one, I guess you could say. I mean, better's a relative term. It's going to be slightly smaller, but possibly slightly better at production. Simply because you can put seeds and whatnot in it, and a little bit of fertilizer and stuff, and it'll work a little bit better. So it sort of swings and roundabouts, but we're going to put a little bit, take, what am I trying to say? Yeah, we're basically going to shrink it a bit, make a much better space for actually doing everything. And I'm going to grab the tractor quick. Yeah, and it'll make it easier in the long run, because we'll have the go around, stop, forwards. There we go. Yeah, it'll just make it easier. You'll see next time though. But yes, let's get this and scoop up that little bit at the front. It looks like there is a bit of a not a barrier exactly, but a sort of cut off that's fairly generous out the front here. But still, we don't want to lose any if we can help it. Of course, it would help if I was actually picking anything up, wouldn't it? Ah, there we go. Okay, that's got a bit. Let's go forwards and hit it from the other side. And I missed it. I didn't tip the bucket down far enough. There we go, that's got it. Emptying it out now. Yep, back it up. There we go, that's got the rest of it sorted. Yeah, I don't think either of these are going to work much better than the other, so we'll just zip out there. Leave that there. Get back in the lorry. Go forwards. Yeah, we'll just squash this little bit down here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of chaff, a lot of grass in there. But considering all this was just, you know, sort of trimming the edges and the siding. Oh, we are at 100%. Quick, let's get off before we lose any. Okay, yeah, that is 100%. 32,476. Okay, let us blanket that little lot. That's awesome. Yep, so we'll let that ferment. We'll get everything put away, and we'll get the greenhouse organised for next time. And what else are we going to do? Trying to think. Oh yes, we were going to pick up a contract, weren't we? Now, you've all seen us, you know, do the contract work before, so we'll probably finish that one off screen, I would imagine. But let me reverse in here and just give it a little bit of a park up. Lovely. There we go. Yeah, so get rid of that. Have a look at this. Yes, our mate Jakob Fischer from last year, I think it was. Max introduced us. He's got a fertilising job there over in Field 9, so we are going to accept that one. And these other people, I'm not sure. I know Samuel we did some work for last time as well, but I don't think we helped Maria or Sandro. Though I might be wrong on that. I may be wrong. So yeah, we are going to do that for Jakob. So I shall run over here and grab the tractor, scoop up our little bit of fertiliser that we left there by accident, and take that down. Might as well pop it in the thing and use it. But yeah, this is looking. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. It looks so nice along here. Yeah, it really does. It's gonna grow up a little bit around the edges, sort of like it is here. Maybe a bit closer to the sort of pathway here. But yeah, that's looking really, really nice. I'm well pleased with that. So yeah, there you go. We've finally given the farm a bit of a haircut. And yes, on that note, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please do give us a like, and hit the odd subscribe button there too, if you have not already. We are closing in ever closer on the old 100 subscribers mark, which would be awesome. I think we're only 3 away, so that would be fantastic to hit that. Okay, we got that. Off to the shop we go with this. Yeah, so yeah, like, subscribe, comments, they're always welcomed. I'd love to hear from you guys, and if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, on that note, I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we'll see you next time as we continue with the Krebach Chronicles. Cheerio everyone.